line that up, and I'm just going to start next door to the valve. I'm rolling the bead into the hook on the rim, into the rim. Pretty straightforward. Once you get it started, it's pretty simple. I definitely should have trimmed my fingernails for this because it's a little bit, can be a little bit fingernail heavy, and nobody wants a broken nail. Keep feeding it in. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy, this part of the process. I mean, really, the whole process is easy as long as you follow the steps properly. That's what I found on my first effort, which is just a couple of minutes ago. Was surprisingly easy, to be honest. So in this one, I can't see it being any different. So we're just going to peel it by hand until we can get it nice and tight. Then we want a tie lever. I'm just going to take another bite just to put a little bit more grab on that. So it's encouraging this bead to drop into the center of the rim even more so. That's tight enough. I'm going to chuck it on the stand. Spray the entire face of this bead, or the face of the back sidewall, more or less. And that's going to make everything real slippery, so I can push the bead into the well forcibly. So I'm pushing straight down. I'm not feeding it in like that. I'm just pushing straight down, and it's just following that underside of the CushCore into where it needs to be. So once you've got a little bit of slack there, you want to take another bite just to keep the tension. Another bite, so that's nice and tight again. And now I'll just keep chasing this bead until the whole thing is down in the well of the rim. So if I had that valve down here, it'd be interfering with me getting the tyre into the well of the rim properly. So I'm going to push that bead all the way down into the bottom of the rim. Get a little bit more slack out of here. And we'll just finish it off. Should be able to massage the rest of that bead on by hand, like that. Super simple. That's one side done. So flip it over, spray the bead again. Actually, before I do that, we get it fed in by hand again. So valve at the top, start next door. And just start feeding it in, round the clock. So pretty much just pushing the wall of the tyre down ever so slightly, and then pushing in and then pulling back, and that'll sit it into the rim. Pushing in, pulling back, and then pushing it back into the rim. So getting close to the end again here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sealant in at this stage, but not exactly. I'm going to complete the seal, get the whole bead in, And then I'm going to take the bead out again to show you that it's really not that hard to get them out as well. So a lot of people said the hardest thing about the CushCore is getting them back out, getting the tyres back off. So, but it's the same process as getting them back on. As long as you push that bead in properly, you'll be good as gold. So we'll push it all the way in. Take a bite with the tyre lever. Get it nice and snug. Leaving that valve till last. So now we've got that extra room there. You can probably muscle it on, but you're only doing damage, especially if you're trying to muscle it on with your tyre levers. You end up bending or weakening that wall of the rim. So definitely don't go with brute force or strength here. There's a much better way to do it. Again, soak down the whole sidewall. Make it nice and slippery. And then just start pushing that bead in. Now it's a little bit more, takes a little bit more effort, barely. I'm putting my hand behind the wheel as well, so I'm not just pushing the wheel into this bucket. I'm not putting force on those spokes unnecessarily. I'm just holding the back side of the wheel and pushing that bead down into the bottom of the tyre, bottom of the rim, sorry. Exact same process as the top side. It's working real easy, and it wants to go there. The bead wants to go there, so that's pretty good. I'll grab a little bit more slack. Keep the tension up here. So I'm not really muscling anything. I could probably pop it on from here actually. Look at that. So my bead's in, I've gotten it all in the rim, in the well. And I've just popped that on, no worries whatsoever. So that's on completely. Now let's pull it off. So I'm going to go same spot, I'm going to go where the valve is. Now this, you've got to be a little bit more careful, and you've got to make sure your rim tape is done properly, because if it's not, you'll just grab your rim tape and you'll peel that up, and then you've got to do that again. So let's hunt in here, make sure my bead is pushed all the way in, all the way around, so I've got as much slack as I can get to work with. All looks pretty good. Let's see if we can get a bite on this. Yep, got him. There we go. So it's opened up enough for me to put some sealant in. Give it a good shake. Now on the tutorials, they want you to squirt it in, or they suggest you squirt it in with the hose, but that can get a bit messy, and I don't have a hose. So the tried and true method of pouring it in. Glug, glug, glug. Go about 4 glugs. Should maybe 4 and a bit. There we go. Still made a mess. Surprise, surprise. And now we'll just simply massage that bead back on. And we are done. That's literally how easy it is to get a CushCore on and off. So don't stress if you think, oh, it's, you know, I want to get CushCore, but I've heard it's really, really hard. If you follow the steps, follow the process properly, I don't think you'll have a problem. And having the right tools, this is super helpful. Having this bucket here is super helpful. The water is super helpful. And yeah, it's much easier if you follow the process properly. So getting air into the valve itself is actually it's a little bit restrictive because that foam is pushing down on that. Even though they come out sideways instead of up, they're still creating a little bit of resistance to push air in, but after a few pumps, it tends to get easier. So it's found its way already. Having that groove in the right spot definitely helps. That's it. Full install, that's the front tyre and the back tyre done. Definitely wasn't anywhere near as hard as a lot of people make it to seem. So yeah, give it a shot if you're curious. Otherwise, hang out and wait for my review. I'll let you know how they go.